What's up, everyone? I'm John Laird from 101X Homegrown. Today, I'm joined by Connor and Emily of TC Superstar. In August, we're going to do two shows together, August 13th and 14th at the Mohawk. Awesome bills. You guys are headlining both nights. I got to tell you, I'm really excited for it. How are you feeling?
Super excited.
We're super excited. Yeah.
You just did your first show back, right? On like just a couple of weeks ago or this recent week. How was that?
That was great. Yeah, we did that at Swan Dive just last week. It was so good to see old friends again and see a lot of the fans and get back on stage for the first time in, a long time.
Yeah, I think of the two, I've been doing like virtual Homegrown lives throughout the pandemic. And so I've had real ones the last 2 months. And yeah, I think at the show, I've spent as much time hugging and saying hi to people as I have like, dealing with the music stuff or anything else. It's just like this flood of old faces again, which is pretty awesome. It feels great to be back on stage as well, though.
Yeah, absolutely. And we hadn't really been practicing much throughout the year. So we just got a couple practices in. So it was really, it was nice to bring the whole band together. And the energy just isn't the same, at home, sitting in our living room, dancing through the stuff. It feels a little better with people.
It's wildly different doing like live stream shows versus in-person shows. So it was like totally overwhelming and insane and beautiful to be back on stage again.
Oh, that's great. That's what it's great to hear, I guess. I saw, I think, a tweet recently from Eric from Big Bill where he talked about how they had been doing a lot of stuff in the studio, and then to suddenly be back on stage again was like, oh yeah, this is a whole other way of playing these songs and performing, and it just oh yeah, we're back, and it's different and scary. I don't know, maybe scary.
Yeah. A little scary.
Honestly, less scary. I think I felt more scared doing the live stream stuff where we're just talking and you finish a song, you don't hear anything, it's just dead silence.
Right, just out into the ether. It's just going.
It's really comforting just to hear people.
It's always interesting to see kind of the juxtaposition for artists, because like Alex Maz of the Black Angels, he told me like he didn't mind doing live streams and stuff like that, because and when he normally plays, he kind of tries to sort of block out the crowd a little bit and just play. And so, but I get those that, like you guys are saying, you kind of feed off it a bit. So those shows at the Mohawk in August, 2 nights. What do you kind of have in mind? Are you guys looking to do anything special? Like I know Indoor Creature, who are playing on the 13th, they're bringing in a horn section. They're pumped and ready to go.
We are, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have all 4 dancers on stage for that one, which is like, I'm pretty sure the last show we did pre-pandemic was a 4-dancer set. So it'll be really fun to bring that back. And I also think we have a new single coming out right before that show.
Perfect. Well, I'm sure it will be in my show. Because I have to tell you, I love Nothing to Believe In. Not like a little, like a lot. I was already excited to do these shows with you guys anyways. And then that song rolled out, a week or so ago. And I was like, oh, wow, I'm even more excited now because it's just so like really catchy and interesting. Tell me about that song.
That song, I started working on that probably 2 or 3 years ago or something. And the lyrics and the culmination of it really only came together during the last year. I felt like I was sitting at home a lot, watching a lot of TV. Even once I went back to work, it was just like, wow, I'm, without human connections, without shows and the culture and the environment that I'm used to. I think that was filling a lot of space in my life. So that song was an effort to kind of put that feeling into a repetitious and kind of erratic piece of music.
Yeah, I will say, I think I'm a big entertainment kind of guy anyway, so I'm always movies and show all kinds of stuff, but there definitely was a pretty large uptick during this, the stay at home kind of thing where I immediately right away, I was like, oh yeah, I can watch it all, which is a weird feeling. It's like a completion as you know, kind of, you just got to get there and get every little box ticked off for every show. And so, yeah, anyways, the song hit hard for me. So I appreciate it. And the song, by the way, is a single off an album that's coming out soon. Let's tell me about the album.
Yeah, so the album's called As Seen on TV. It's a 9-track album. I think that qualifies as an album, right? I don't know. Who knows what makes the cut these days? It's all sounds from a lot of 70s synths, you know, early 80s kind of stuff, a little bit of smoother 90s keyboard tones. It's kind of over the top. We sampled a lot of TV soundboard sounds and sprinkled those throughout the album. So it has a kind of cheesy feel to it, but they're all songs that I think will relate to people, you know, after going through the last year together.
Yeah, that's great. And so second single, what's that one called?
Be Like You.
And okay, so coming soon then, before the show. And then back to those shows. The bills for both of those are so good. Indoor Creature and Christelle Buffale on the 13th. Christelle is just incredible. And Indoor Creature's new album is so good. And then on the 14th, it's Hey Cowboy and Fuck, correct? Is that right? Okay. Good.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if we could say that on radio or not.
Yeah, I have to admit that band unfortunately was left out of the promo. You know, you can't throw that one around on the radio. They get mad. I don't know why, but
I'm sure Shirley will understand.
Yeah, we've got everything else in there though. But for you guys, I know there's kind of a lot of just buds, I guess, on this bill. Does that always just make it a little bit better, you know, when it's just friends and stuff? You know, I mean, I know in Austin, it's so easy to kind of just be in those shows all the time, but I just kind of assume those kind of stand out a little bit for you.
They do, yeah. We don't get to, you know, put together our own shows all that much. We end up hopping onto stuff a lot of the time. So whenever we do have a chance to have a show that's really our own and curate it with you know, some of our good friends, it makes the moment all that much sweeter because, you know, we get to play a nice show, and then I also get to see all of these other acts that I absolutely adore.
Yeah. I really enjoy it when, you know, reach out to a band and they're like, can we bring along this band too? Everyone the excitement level goes up a bit, you know, and it's a little bit more of a buzz to it. Because like you said, you can curate a nice lineup, but it is always nice when people are familiar with each other, and it feels kind of like like a homegrown show. But yeah.
Absolutely, there can be a real spirit of community there.
Yeah.
You know?
And the shows so far at the Mohawk, you know, I've done 2 this summer there. They've just been kind of wild. It's like everyone's unhinged a little bit, ready to get out of the house and just want to just be there and sing along and dance and just have a good time. It's been like really refreshing to see, you know, because you can get a little jaded doing so much local stuff, you know, we want people to be like super into it, but it's so new and maybe they're not that, you know, not familiar or whatever. But right now, no one cares. They're just like, oh my God, live music, I'm going for it. Well, I'm assuming it was like that for your show at the Swan Dive.
Yeah, absolutely. It was, I mean, there were moments in the set where the crowd was definitely louder than we were, even with all of our amplification technologies. Yeah, the kind of energy it's just palpable in the room. People really missed, and yeah, I didn't know how much I needed live shows until I started, you know, attending them again pretty recently.
I've definitely felt the same way these last few outings, but all right, so there it is. New TC Superstar album on the way. You can currently hear Nothing to Believe in, the first single in the show. It's great, and you should listen to it all the time. New single on the way before the 2 shows, which again are August 13th and 14th at the Mohawk. Indoor Creature, Christelle Buffale, Hey Cowboy, and Fuck are all on the bill, and it's going to be so good. Also, each show is just $10. It's nothing. For that many bands, it's just a great deal. So anyways, come out to the Mohawk. More details available at 101x.com. If you come out, you can do Karbach Ranch Water specials. This is me taking care of sponsors. And that's it. Connor and Emily, thanks for chatting with me. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys at the Mohawk in a few weeks.
Thank
It's been a pleasure, John. We will see you then.
Peace.